My name is Madeleine Thomas. I'm from Queen's University Belfast, and I am on the Generation UK Internship programme with CRCC Asia. My host company is Beijing Beirut Law Firm. It specialises in foreign investment and more specifically intellectual property and trademarks. So a lot of my time I've spent reading through intellectual property cases, attending client meetings with sometimes American firms, sometimes English firms, or sometimes other European firms, but the business is conducted in English. That's actually one thing that's particularly good about my placement, is that I'm in a really Chinese firm. Actually, all of my colleagues are Chinese, but I get to do a lot of business in English because of their specialisms in foreign trade and foreign investment. I have been really involved with drafting contracts, proofreading contracts, also just attending business meetings and just kind of learning the proper steps for doing everything. And actually, after I return to England, I'm going to do the law conversion, and I will actually probably have a head start on some of the other students in the course because I've already had this experience and they'll be completely new to it. Chinese business culture is one of the most interesting things that I've learned about while I've been in China. I actually think it's a really kind of useful thing for for colleagues to do together, is go through this ritual of different things that you should do when you meet people. It lets you know where you stand, and you kind of always know what to do when you enter a room and who to who to say hello to first. But one of the things that's really important, I've noticed, is the handing over of the business cards, that you should do it with two hands and you should take time to read both sides and ask a question about the business card. Also, I find myself drinking tea all the time, cups and cups of tea, and different ways to say thank you, which always embarrass me because I always get them wrong. And even just, you start the business meeting with something social, my supervisor might exchange tidbits about his family with his colleague, and then they get onto business, and then they end with something social again, which I think is a really nice way to kind of round off a business meeting, because they end kind of as friends, which I know is really important to Chinese business people. It's like living in a really, really, really nice hotel for 2 months, and it's nice to come home to just such a lovely, clean and peaceful environment after a long day at work. And actually in our accommodation there are so many places to kind of gather outside, like tables, and people tend to sit there after work, so you always bump into someone, so you end up kind of, it's a really social environment, so you always end up seeing someone after work. I actually, last week we had KTV, and it was so much fun. And so for KTV is kind of karaoke with just one big screen, and everybody sings, and there are 2 microphones, and you just sing a load of songs. No one cares how good your singing is or how bad it is. I had an interesting experience when I ate frog.
Oh.
Frog, yeah. Because I get taken out to business meals really frequently with work, because my company tends to do a lot of business, in a social setting. But actually, I've eaten some really strange things because I like to try new things, but I'm also too polite not to try them if someone gives them to me. So, I've eaten frog. I've eaten some insanely spicy things, which I've almost fainted because they're so hot, and then I've just been too polite to say no, so I've eaten it all anyway. Oh, well, the markets in Shenzhen are incomparable to anything else. I went to Luohu Commercial City the other day, and it's just a huge, I can't even explain, a huge mall of tailors and kind of fake goods, and anything you could ever need to buy is in Luohu Commercial Market, and it was just an unbelievable shopping experience. So I think I would probably miss the most being able to come out of work and jump on a motorcycle for about 50p and go all the way home. I think my suggestion would be not to be nervous, because the way that CRCC arranges everything, there's no need to feel nervous that you won't make any friends or nervous that you're going to be homesick, because you have so many opportunities to make friends and you will spend so much time with them that you will never be lonely and you'll always be doing something. And your colleagues will keep you busy and take you out, and it's just going to be the best experience ever.